talks were going to be barriers and connections, I honestly didn't really know what to write about. I asked my lab partner in chemistry class if she had any ideas, and she told me, you should write about the connection that we have, and I hadn't thought about this for a while. See, I flirt with my lab partner, right there, incessantly, except I never really stopped. She'd say something like, I'm feeling really sick right now, I just want to go home, and I'd say, yeah, I feel you, being lovesick really takes a toll on you. Or if she said something like, I simply cannot balance this redox equation, I'd say, obviously, any equation without you in it would never work out. And I'd wink. Always have to wink. Of course, I make a terrible lab partner because I'm an awful chemist, but at least I can keep the chemistry that we have alive. When she jokingly told me to write a speech about our little flirtationship, I took it to heart. It got me thinking, how do I form that kind of connection with people? Why is it that when some people say, why is it so hot in here? I say, because you just walked in. But to other people, when they ask, hey, I need to throw this out, where's the trash can? I just point at them. Romantic platonic is complicated. Every single relationship starts out with an insult or a compliment. And for me, it doesn't take too long to become friends with you. Any of my friends know that one day I just appeared and stuck around since then. I'd always be complete with harsh insults and stupid compliments, and if we ever need to, real talk, then I guess I could get serious and hold a decent conversation. But there's something about my relationships that I can never figure out. I don't know if it's because of how I treat my friends or if I have really bad luck. But every single year, like clockwork, my best friend changes. The person who I would call if I had a bad day, who I would text if I ate the most life-changing plate of french fries, or if it was 2 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. Well, every year that person's different. Our faults are never the same. Sometimes it'd be an unforgivable argument. Sometimes I'd stop texting them every day until it stops altogether. And sometimes I have a moment of clarity and realize that this isn't working out. You ever hear your parents or your teachers talk about how their best friends are from high school? I want that. 20 years from now, I want to be able to say that I've been friends with you for 20 years. For me, that label of best friend, it's always changing and it's never constant. Whether or not I use cheesy pickup lines or scathing insults, didn't matter, they'd leave me anyway. Like, you know those Myers-Briggs personality tests? I took one once, I don't remember what I got, but I do remember reading something that struck me. It said that in terms of long-distance relationships, my kind of people always did well, because we never thought that distance was a formidable barrier when we wanted to be friends with people. The only thing keeping us from keeping relationships, romantic, platonic, or it's complicated, was ourselves. And it was our extroverted, extreme personalities and ways that we treat others that kept people close or drove them away. And yeah, I get it. I'm writing a speech about some freak personality test as if it's some end-all, be-all result. But you see, all my best friends, they were just kids in my classes, I guess. Those people, I knew that I would see them every day. And that's what I'm most afraid of in facing in roughly 3 months, is leaving everybody that I know behind. I mean, there's a bunch of people who I really wouldn't mind leaving forever, but there's a select few that who I feel that I can't live without. I think every senior in this room would agree with me. And according to the internet, if my friendships were to break apart, distance wasn't going to be the reason why. For the last few years, clearly, distance was never that reason, since all my friends live nearby. So if I had to blame something for my relationships falling apart, I can't use long distance as my scapegoat. When I think about what broke apart my friendships with people I was so close with, I feel like I can only blame myself. And I know it's not entirely my fault. After all, a relationship only works when 2 people put in that effort. But by that definition, my friendships all ended when I stopped putting in that effort. The moment I started talking smack behind a person's back, I would rather spend my time away from them, or I got upset and instead of teasing that person, I said something I knew would genuinely hurt them. Well, that's when it was all over. If my friendships fall apart, I can't blame it on distance. It's not because my friends went to school far away from me, but because I let that distance affect us. When I talk to my friends who are in college already, they tell me that friendships drifting apart is a natural part of life, which sucks. Because it takes a long time for me to determine whether or not I can roast you or flirt with you all the time. I need to get a chance to know the person before I know what makes them tick and what makes them blush. That interim period between friends where I have no one to harass or no one to flirt with, it's pretty lonely, let me tell you. I'd hate to be forced to find a new best friend again. But if I have to, at least now I know, 2 people can make a connection with each other. But the only formidable barriers between 2 people are the people themselves. All I want is a friendship friendship that'll last me until I'm having my midlife crisis or sitting in some nursing home. And I can't even get through high school with these my friends. Who knows what will happen once I leave the monotony of Rockland County. I just hope that for some people in their life, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep you from getting to them. Thanks.